Alright, hello. Welcome to this introductional tutorial about this little guy right here, the terminal. Or if you're using Windows, and I am so sorry if you are, Git Bash. Git Bash works very similar to what we're going to see here, but it is a sore substitute sometimes with what Mac OS and Linux provides. As you can see right now, I'm running Linux Ubuntu. I actually just switched over today. Very excited about it, trying it out. I previously was on Mint, but yes. Anyway, this is called the terminal or the Git Bash, and I'm gonna just say terminal from now on, and just assume that it's synonymous for Git Bash as well. So what we have here is a very awesome interface to the actual computer. So think about this. This is a text-based interface to the computer. This is your direct line. Now, you're very familiar with opening up files like this, coming over here, and, making your notes, making a new folder, so on and so forth, and even making new files and so on and so forth. Like, you can do so much within this through this format as well. And this is what we call what you're seeing right here. This is called a GUI, GUI, graphical user interface. So most things have a GUI with them nowadays. So this is a GUI. So this allows maybe the user a little prettier interface to work with the computer. Well, we're not going to be working with that anymore. We're going to be working with the command line or the terminal. And I guarantee you, if you master this with practice, just simple practice, this will become the fastest way to manipulate things on your computer. And also just for coders / developers / programmers, the terminal is just their flesh and blood, their lifeline. So let's just take a look at this. The command that you're going to use the most often is probably ls. And once you type that in, you will see this. This is literally everything that shows up inside my root folder. The terminal will always open up to the root folder. And just to prove that, I'll open it up again. Went over here for some reason. It will open up to the root folder, as you can see here. So this is the root folder or the user folder. So if I go back over here to my GUI, this is where we're at, and I'll prove it to you by doing this. So you see desktop, documents, music, so on and so forth. I don't see downloads right there. I skipped it. So this is all that stuff right in here. So now let's say that I wanted to navigate to the desktop. Right now we are inside what we call the root directory. And we can't access anything that's not inside this file because it's not here. So we got to navigate. Before we navigate, I'm going to show you a neat little trick. If you hit ls and then -- help, these dashes here are what we call flags. So I'm saying, hey, I want to use this command, but I want to use this property of that command. And notice what actually appears here. This is basically a tutorial guide on everything that ls can do. So the uses, ls, option, and then maybe file. So you can include an A, so it will do not ignore files that start with the period. A, do not list the implied. D, dried, so on and so forth. It is a complete tutorial of how to use that command. So if there's ever a command that you're confused about, then just do this -- help and it will show you everything you need to know. So once again, clear is another command. It will empty out your terminal like that if it ever gets too noisy in there. So ls. So we want to go to our desktop. The command is change directory, cd. And once again, we can do -- help here. Okay, apparently we cannot do -- help. Let's try one dash. All right, I've never tried help with CD, so I guess we cannot do that. So this CD is something that I would look on Google about. So we still want to navigate to the desktop. So all we do is just tell the file that we want to navigate to it. So we start typing. So now you can see this change. We were right here, but now it has moved here, showing us that we were in our root folder, and now we've moved to this folder, or this directory called desktop. And if I list here, there'll be nothing, because I don't have anything on my desktop right now. See, it's completely empty. And even if I open this one, you'll see that the folder is empty. So let's say we want to now make a folder here. Now, once again, we can usually come back here the old way, hit new folder, type in the folder name, and bam, it appears. We're going to do it a faster way, and it's not going to be faster at first. I will give you that, but with time, it will be fast. So we're going to hit this, which stands for make directory. But programmers are lazy, so we just took out most of the vowels except for this one right here, and half of the word directory. So we're going to make the directory, and all we have to do is type in the name of the directory. We're going to call it test. I click that, bam, look at that. See right there, right away? Now I have that. And if I look in here somewhere, where's that folder? I have an option right now for not to show up stuff on the desktop. That's why it's doing that. But here's test. Test is right here. Now if we hit ls, look, we have test. So take a look at that. Isn't that wonderful? It's very fast. Let me zoom this out a little more so you can see it a little better. And I actually think I can zoom in one more time. There we go. Sorry about that if you can't read it too well. But yeah, there you go. So we have test in here. Now, this becomes really fast because what happens if we want to make multiple things? I can do test. I can do allow. I can say chapter. I can say belt. So on and so forth. And as long as I include a break in here, it's going to read it as separate files. So take a look at this. Look at that. Oh yeah, we can't make test because it already exists. Yes. So now if I list again, look, there they all are, right there. So that is a very powerful feature that we have within here. Now once again, I have an option on my thing not to show anything on the desktop. That's why it's not appearing right here, but on your computer it will appear right away. So anyway, there we go. Now we can navigate to one of these folders and we can do CD. A quick trick here, if you use the up arrow, it will show all the prior ones that you've used in sequential order. So see that? So if you're doing the same command over and over again, you can use that to navigate to another one. Obviously, I'm only typing 2 letters, so it's not that bad. So let's say we want to go to chap. So we're going to CD chap. Now look at that. Now we're in there. I'm going to ls, nothing. And I'm going to go here, the GUI. See, folder's empty. Say we want to put a file in here. Well, there's this powerful thing called touch. Now, touch is what you're going to use to make any file that's not a folder. Like a text file, a JavaScript file, an HTML file, a PowerPoint file, a Word document file, so on and so forth. We're just going to make a simple text file. And so we're going to do hello -world. You have to include a dash in here or it will read it as 2 different things or return an error. So we're going to do that. Now take a look at that. See that? We have that in the folder. Hello world right there. That is just beautiful. So now we have made this text file. And if I open it up, it's just a regular text file. See? And there you go. And we can do even one step. What happens if we just wanted to put one line on here? Maybe hello world, my name is blank. Well, there's this powerful thing called Nano, which is a text editor within the command line. See that? It opened up Nano right here. So now I'm quote unquote in this file. So my name is Justin world. And now we just want to save this. And it's going to ask if you want to save it. We want to say yes. It's going to say yes. Do we want to write to this file? Yes, we do. We hit enter. Now take a look at this. Oh my goodness. Now once again, if I had to write a lot of code in here or whatnot, of course I'm going to open up this and write it in here. This was just a quick example to show you something that you can do. So this is called text-based interfacing. And now say we want to go back to root. So we do cd ... And look, we already backed up. Now you include multiple dots in there, so you could do the nope, that's wrong. You can, that's still wrong. You can do this, so on and so forth, how far you want to navigate. And what's even awesome about this, I'm going to list this. Oop, wrong. There. So see this allow right here? It's the only one that starts with an A, right? So the terminal has something called auto completion. So CD and I type A, and all I'm going to do is hit tab on my keyboard. Look at that. It automatically knows that this is allow because there's nothing else that starts with an A. If there was things that started with 2A, so if this is allow and at, for example, the tab would not work until you completed L, for example, and then you hit that. So it's going to narrow it down on that. And yeah, and it also does that for commands as well. So like, see how I can just autocomplete by completing that. So yeah, this is just a quick introduction to what you can do in the terminal. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've only scratched the surface in my programming years of using the terminal. There's so much to learn. And this is where, with practice, you keep on learning more and more things about this terminal. So keep on playing with it, keep on working at it, and try to make more and more files. You know, sometimes in my coding projects, I have to make 5 files at the same time. If you had to do that with this GUI, you have to keep on clicking, 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 clicking. This way, I can just do this. Oops. Look at that. And I just made those files in like 5 seconds. So this is where you will get quicker as time goes on, and this is an awesome resource. All right, I'll see you in the next video.